Hello there, GB here, and welcome to Fast Forward, where I follow up on episodes of Rewind classic movies to look at what happened after those iconic films came out. Today we're diving back into the spyfully shagadelic and perfect parody world of the sexiest secret agent of all time, Austin Powers.
Oh yeah.
We'll look at everything from the sequels, the Beatles, the TV series, and even a fourth movie that still might happen. So let's don our crushed velvet suits and ruffles, disconnect our Swedish penis pumps, and fast forward to what happened after 1997's Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. The Spy Who Shagged Me. Following the surprise success of the original film, Mike Myers doubled down on the Austin Powers universe with two sequels which started with The Spy Who Shagged Me in 1999. The sequels leaned harder into parody and visual gags with bigger budgets and increasingly outrageous characters. The Spy Who Shagged Me brought in Mini-Me, played by Vern Troyer, Fat Bastard, also played by Mike Myers, and a new love interest in Heather Graham's Felicity Shagwell, because we lose Liz Hurley's Vanessa Kensington. On their honeymoon, she's revealed to be a fembot controlled by Dr. Evil. Heartbreaking. The plot has Dr. Evil return from cryostasis and use a time machine to travel into the past and remove Powers' mojo, which meant it could explore 1960s aesthetics further while revisiting key moments from the original movie. Scott takes his father on the Jerry Springer show. We see young versions of Number 2 and Frau Farbissina. The latter appears to soften her sexual identity by sleeping with Dr. Evil. They end up on the moon before time travel things happen, and we're back in 1999 with two Austins having sex with Shagwell, and Scott finds out he's the offspring of Dr. Evil and Frau Farbissina. The Spy Who Shagged Me title is a play on the Bond film The Spy Who Loved Me, far more romantic, and is the most successful film in the franchise, making more money in its opening weekend than the whole run of the first film, which is amazing, considering one of the marketing campaigns said,
"If you see only one movie this summer, see Star Wars. But if you see two movies, see Austin Powers."
That's right, Mr. Bigglesworth. We're back.
which referred to the return to a galaxy far, far away after 16 years, although it felt like a lot longer. The title was controversial too, with Shag getting asterisked some promotion, and others the film was just called Austin Powers 2. In fact, the first production draft of the script was called Austin Powers 2, The Wrath of Khan. But it was also credited by the Collins English Dictionary for making the word shag more acceptable in popular usage. The movie also brought musical hits for Madonna, who won a Grammy for Beautiful Stranger with Mike Myers in the music video, along with a cover of Word Up for Mel B with Vern Troyer in the music video, a parody of Will Smith's cover of Just the Two of Us for Dr. Evil, also with Vern Troyer in the music video, and a cover of American Woman by Lenny Kravitz, which had Heather Graham in the music video. Goldmember. 2002's Goldmember added Beyoncé in her film debut as Foxy Cleopatra and Michael Caine as Nigel Powers, while Mike Myers added another as Goldmember to play 4 characters in the same movie. But it also features loads of huge names in its opening sequence. A Steven Spielberg biopic in which he directs Tom Cruise as Austin, Gwyneth Paltrow as Dixie Normus, Kevin Spacey as Dr. Evil, and Danny DeVito as Mini-Me, as well as John Travolta as Goldmember. The plot sees time travel again, this time to 1975, where Dr. Evil recruits Goldmember, who lost his twig and berries in an unfortunate smelting accident. He plans to track a beam of meteor into the Earth. Then Austin's father's kidnapped by Goldmember, adventure ensues.
They're taking my father to the time machine!
And along the way we find out Austin and Dr. Evil are brothers, Fat Bastard is a sumo wrestler who becomes thin, and Scott takes over as the evil bad guy. The title again caused problems, with this time Bond distributors MGM taking legal action, which saw the title taken off promotional material for a while. It was eventually resolved with a deal that saw the Bond trailer for Die Another Day included in the Austin Powers release. But they came up with backup names such as License to Shag, Live and Let Shag, You Only Shag Thrice, and Never Say Member Again, none of which seem safer from legal action. Cameos from Heather Graham and Will Ferrell were cut from the movie, and another thing that was scrapped was plans for another sequel. More on that in a moment. Cats. In a piece of information you can definitely file under How Do They Know That? It's said that there was a huge rise in the popularity of Sphinx cats because of Austin Powers, or more specifically, Dr. Evil, because of the appearance of Mr. Bigglesworth as the hairless lap buddy of the bald bad guy. That's all I've got to say about that, really. Just thought that was semi-interesting. Toys and games. The Austin Powers brand went beyond the big screen. Action figures, collectible cards, Funko Pops, pinball machines, and board games hit store shelves, with Mini-Me merch apparently becoming particularly popular. Austin Powers also jumped into the gaming world with mixed results, I might just say bad results. Austin Powers Oh Behave and Austin Powers Welcome to My Underground Lair both released for the Game Boy Color in 2000. Austin Powers Pinball landed on PlayStation and PC. To be honest, none of them seem worthy of anything than a passing mention. A TV series. If you've ever heard of a TV show called Austin Powers Electric Psychedelic Pussycat Swingers Club and wondered what it was, then don't get too excited. It was just a 45-minute MTV standalone show edited in the style of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, an American sketch show from the 60s. That features Austin adapting to life in the 90s with musical segments and showing bits from the movie as a promo for the first film. But this is where it gets interesting, because there was also an animated series on Cartoon Network from 1999 to 2001 called Austin Powers the Series. The episodes are narrated by Austin and set between the second and third movies as he battles Dr. Evil and Mini-Me with a resurrected Vanessa alongside Shagwell. It even had a theme song by Tom Jones and the Flaming Lips to the tune of the James Bond theme, but I can't find any evidence of it online. In fact, I can't find evidence of the series online at all in video form, only a fandom wiki that says it ran for 2 seasons. And there's contradictory info that says HBO purchased the rights to a series around the same time but shelved it. But then how did it run for 2 series? And we could assume that it's not real or some kind of AI. But what tells me it's real is the cast list. It's quite detailed. And Seth Green is the only actor who returns to reprise his role. It has the legendary Jim Cummings, the man who voiced Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, as Fat Bastard, and Dan Castellaneta, Homer Simpson, as Mustafa, as well as Star Wars voice guru D. Bradley Baker as Mini-Me. I've no idea how true any of this is. It's so weird, but so fascinating. Austin Mania. The first Austin Powers movie ripped off a Beatles-esque chase scene, and it turns out that George Harrison was a huge fan of the franchise. Mike Myers never met Harrison before the Beatles' death in 2001, but is said to have cried like a baby on the set of Goldmember while filming the scenes with Tom Cruise and Gwyneth Paltrow, because he was handed a letter that was written by Harrison saying how much he enjoyed the movies. The letter had not been mailed. It was the last letter the Beatle ever wrote, apparently. It's now framed in Mike Myers' home. Austin Powers 4. For almost 20 years, there have been regular, at least yearly, updates that a 4th movie would be happening. Both Mike Myers and director Jay Roach have regularly appeared on TV or in interviews to say they were working on it. Just 3 years after Goldmember, Myers said he already missed doing the characters. The plan was to make a film more from Dr. Evil's perspective and possibly involve Austin's secret son. And Fat Bastard would be fat again. Vern Troyer even said that Mini-Me would finally speak in it. But he died in 2018, which prompted Myers to say there would be a tribute to Troyer in the movie, later saying in November that year that everything was looking good, with a script written and a return of Powers and Evil soon. He said becoming a parent had delayed the process. Director Jay Roach said in 2020 he was up for directing again, and the last update was in 2022 when Myers said he would love to do another, but couldn't confirm or deny if it would happen, again saying parenting was holding it back. After a long hiatus from feature films between 2010 and 2018, Mike Myers started doing supporting roles again, and this year had a prominent role in the SNL 50th anniversary and will be reprising his voice role in Shrek. So maybe these are encouraging signs that Myers is gearing up for a shagadelic return.
Congratulations, baby.
Anyway, join me and AJ next week for the main Rewind show, and we'll be going to 1995 to talk about a film featuring a bloke with no fingerprints who loves to read books and arrange vague deliveries with couriers. I cannot wait. Sorry about the mess. See you next time.